You know, guys, I want to talk today about buying freedom. I think it's more important than buying stuff, and buying freedom is so freaking expensive. Let's get into it. This is Mike, the tactical stock scalper. All right. You know, I think it comes to a point where in most people, not everybody, but most people can either buy stuff or buy freedom. And I think people have to make a choice as to what they want in their life with their money. Now, early on, and as my business was up and coming and we started doing really well, buying stuff was like so important to me. Keeping up with what other people had was like the path I thought I had to be on. And I was wrong, but at that time I didn't know it. If somebody had a cool truck and a cool boat, guys, I had to buy that big dually and a bigger boat, right? That's just the way it was. And if somebody had this, I had to have that. And as I matured and grew and things changed in my life, I realized that, wow, I want freedom, not the stuff. Like, the stuff became irrelevant to me. And I want to talk about buying freedom here, but just stay with me. I think as we get older, we go through an evolution in our life. And that happened to me. But it took changes in my life to make that happen, right? Like, it took, like, the death of people that were close to me to make it really hit that I will die too. Like, I always knew I was going to die at some point in my life, but it didn't like really hit me until like my stepfather died. Well, I call him my father because he raised me from a young age and I took his last name. But since my father died and Christy's father died, and a man I love dearly, and then I found out I was going to have a grandchild, and it changed my whole perspective on life for the better, I think, because I realized that, guys, it's reality. Our time on this earth is so limited, and all I want now is freedom to enjoy every second of my life of doing stuff that I want to do. Now, right now, I got the company and I'm working, and I love my job immensely. I love it. Like, I love going to my job, my concession stands every single day. I love working with my wife every single day and my kids every day. I love it. But no matter how much I love it, I still want to travel. I still want to do these things that I'm not able to do because my business pulls me away. So I have a choice to make. Do I keep working to buy stuff, or do I work for freedom? And that's kind of where, like, dividend investing has come into my life. That's why I really started searching it out and finding the way that I thought could benefit me and my family the most, of finding a way to buy freedom and not stuff. I think the reason buying freedom is so expensive, at least in my case, so expensive, is because it's so valuable. Time is limited. That it's the only thing in life we can't get back, right? We can get our money back. If you crash your car, you can buy another one eventually, whatever, right? But time is the only thing we can never get back. And each moment that passes, it's gone. And we can't buy more of it. When our card is pulled, it's pulled, and that's it. So to maximize that time that we have on this earth, for me, it's about buying freedom. And that's where the dividend stocks come in. Now, for my son, let's just say for my youngest son, I got 5 boys, but for my youngest son, Anthony, he's 17. I know one day he's going to feel like I do. It's not going to happen in his 20s. It's probably not going to happen in his 30s. Maybe it'll start, tickling in his 40s. That stuff, at that point becomes irrelevant. and freedom and time becomes more important. So I think it's important he has dividend stocks. Now for him, I think it's important he has things like JEPQ, things that we know are probably going to last a long time, maybe some SCHD, things like that. And I don't care. Guys, I do not care what anyone thinks of that. That's what I think, and what we talked about between him and I, what we think is important for his future. And for me, I have to be more aggressive in my dividend funds because I want the freedom. And if I don't take risks and I don't take chances, I know I will not be able to achieve my goal of freedom at the end of this year. I'm 49. I turned 50 in October. That was my goal, is my goal, to retire at 50. But guys, it hinges on my food business. I am being so aggressive. I am putting so much in to dividend stocks every single day from our company, right? Because we sell the food 7 days a week. And we take expenses out to pay for labor, taxes, food costs, stuff to live on. But everything else is going right into the dividend account. And we're going to see where it all shakes out at the end of this year. I can't promise anybody that I will be able to retire. And it's so hard because there's this level of fear, particularly with my wife, maybe more so than me. She's like, Mike, I don't know. I see where you're coming from. And when we talk about numbers, but she's like, honey, I don't know. That it scares me. And I think that's normal. I do. To step into the unknown and to take that leap, I think is scary. But if I've learned anything in life, without risk, there's no reward. You have to take risks at some point to get to a point to where you want to be in life. I had to take a massive risk to start a food business. We had 3 miserable years, but those 3 years turned into generational wealth, right? We had to sacrifice hard for 3 years. My kids, myself, my wife, we all had to sacrifice for 3 years now for a generational company, right? A legacy company that, we laugh and talk about those hard 3 years now and where our family is. Without those 3 hard years, if we'd have given up and not taken risks, we wouldn't be where we're at now, and I wouldn't be able to buy freedom for myself and my wife, and my kids wouldn't have this amazing business that they're actually operating as well. And then they wouldn't be able to retire at a young age. Enjoying life and enjoying freedom becomes so valuable over all that stuff I bought. And I'm so glad that I've had this course in my life where I've learned now that freedom is so important. And particularly when that grandkid is born. That wrecks your world in a good way. That wrecks your world in a good way. And you realize, man, I want to be around and have as much time as possible to be with my little buddy and my little princess. And the many more, because I have 5 boys, and the many more kids and grandkids that are going to come my way, and how I want to be around for every second of that as much as possible. Now, I could die now. I could die today and die a very happy man. I am extremely happy. I have a wonderful life, a wonderful family, a wonderful company. Guys, I don't know how it can get any better. The only way is freedom, that it can get better for me. So yeah, I'm trying to buy freedom. And I hope that this evolution hits you guys too, maybe sooner than it hit me, that how important freedom is in our lives. This is Mike, the Tactical Stock Scalper, out.